How to teach students PDCA, Session 3. Welcome back. My name is Andre Lim. I'm the director for the Lanka Institute of Quality Management. In our last session, we mentioned that before attempting to solve problems, team members should take time to explore the different perspectives on the issues. They should ask, what is the problem? How does the problem reveal itself to the group, etc. Now, don't rush to the problem finding. They should spend time identifying the real problem. And if it's a problem at all, nothing can be more frustrating than to try to solve a problem using up time and resources of everybody and coming up in the end to know that there isn't a problem at all. After that, following the initial discussion of the group should pause to restate the problem. If you cannot state the problem properly, you cannot solve the problem. Problem statement is so important so that it shows that you understand it. If you cannot understand the problem, how can you solve it? State it in such a way that it does not imply a solution. For example, you can say, to prevent the students from getting wet when it rains, use an umbrella. That is a solution, using an umbrella. But why say umbrella when there are so many ways to get yourself dry, keep yourself dry from the rain? You can use a raincoat, you can use newspaper, you can use carton boxes, and so on. The next step in the problem solving, now I mentioned that this is a simple 4-step. It is not the PDCA, but it is a good way to introduce your students to take baby steps to learn about creative problem solving. So in this step, you use brainstorming to gather as much information as you can, as much ideas as you can from the team members. This is where the creative process starts. We call this divergent thinking. The following ground rules of brainstorming will help ensure that this step involves all members. Generate as many ideas as possible without judging other people's ideas or identifying details of implementation. Recording potential ideas, that means you use a flip chart, or sometimes you write it in a post-it and you stick it, but this is not such a good idea. Sometimes the fan will blow it down and you get missing. Use the members, give them the opportunity to provide a solution, and all the ideas are recorded and respected. And be creative. Having fun is very important to come up with many solutions as possible. The next step is to draw up an implementation plan. Here in this step here, you can, this is something like a Gantt chart, but a very primitive Gantt chart, but it's workable. You put in the action, the person responsible, what kind of outcome it should be, and the time to complete it. Now, George Polya is a Hungarian mathematician. He came out with this 4-step as well in problem solving. This is another method, another structure. I'm mentioning about structure. There are many others. There are 6 steps, there are 8 steps, and so on. I'm just mentioning 2 in this video presentation because they're easy and close to the PDCA cycle as a simple step towards learning to use the PDCA. Josh Polya method has been used by many schools. It's a very old book in the 1957, I think. But it is still used by schools, this method for teaching students how to solve mathematical problems. So step 1 is to understand the problem. Step 2 is devising a plan. Step 3 is carrying out the plan and then looking back. So I've summarized this very quickly. You don't have to buy the book. You don't have to read the book here. Here are the steps. What is the unknown? What is the data? What are the conditions? Drawing a figure. Drawing is important right now. You know that in mathematics you can draw the triangles and the squares and the curves and the and the lines. It will help you solve the problem because you can see much better. It helps you. Problem solving, as I said, is many aspects. And doing is part of it. While you're writing, while you're drawing, you can see the solution. Devising suitable notation and so on. As I mentioned, it's more mathematical type of solution, but mathematics also is a different kind of problems that you solve. Okay, then there are 2 stages here, devising a plan. Stage 1, okay, look at the problem. Is this a familiar problem? You've seen it before, because human beings tend to solve problems with patterns. You see a pattern, you have done it one way, one time, and you keep repeating again and again. This is a good way of problem solving. It's very efficient. Then again, there is a disadvantage for solving problem this way, because you get into a fixed pattern, and then you become a one-track way of thinking. Do you know a related problem? Look at the unknown. Is there a related problem that has been solved? Use another method, another way of solving problem that is similar, and you try to solve the problem using the other methods which has already been known and has been tested and is workable. So don't reinvent the wheel. This is step 2. Finding an easier related problem. One of the strategies in problem solving is especially when it's a very hard problem, try to find something easier to solve, so you have a feel of the problem, and in this experience will help you also to solve the more difficult problem. Okay, you can make it easier by solving part of the problem. You can simplify the conditions, remove the conditions, or work one condition at a time. You can change the data, you can change the unknown. Okay, you can put some numbers in the unknown, then you can work backwards and so on. Then you carry out the plan. Go step by step, check each step, make sure it's correct, and convince others if it's correct. Can you prove it's correct? It's correct, so always prove it. Can you check the result? Can you check the arguments? Can you derive the results differently? And so on. Why is problem solving good? It is a life skill preparation. All of us need to solve problems every day, every moment. And we should enjoy problem solving. We should take our time to solve problems. Have you regretted taking some solutions to a problem? Have you regretted very much that it has affected your life? Didn't you wish that you were a better problem solver? So it is a very important life skill. You will train the students to be flexible in their mind. The joy of discovery. Problem solving provides great happiness. People like to solve problems. Give them great joy. It develops creative thoughts, confidence and self-esteem, cooperative skills, and communication skills, all that is required in the 21st century learning. How do you motivate students? Here are some examples. Become a role model for the student. You yourself must be someone who tries to be creative, flexible, try to come up with plenty of ideas, and then of course model for the students. Use plenty of examples. Really always take one step backwards, okay, before they go forward and get into a bigger mess and get entangled. Set realistic performance goals. Be free with praise and constructive in criticism. Be careful of your criticism. Always praise first. Give students as much control as possible. Don't try to run the show yourself, okay? So I'll give them hints how that needs to be done. Ask questions. Lead them to clarity. If you see something they are doing wrong, you question and use a Socratic approach, for example, for them to become aware of their own failing by themselves. The true science of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. With that, thank you very much for your kind attention. I appreciate your time here with me, and I hope and wish you the best in your endeavors to train your SQC to be the useful and employment ready people of the future. Thank you very much.